Hello viewers, welcome to CEC Gurukul lectures. In my last interaction with you, I had discussed relative configuration of stereoisomers, that is DL notations. I feel that some ambiguity may still be in the minds of the students when relating relative configuration to optical isomerism. That is when relating capital D capital L to small d small l. Let me once again stress on the concept that if a molecule is having configuration D, that is capital D, it does not necessarily mean that it will always be dextrorotatory. For example, fructose, which has configuration capital D, is levorotatory. On the other hand, it is also possible that two molecules having different configurations may rotate the plane polarized light in the same direction. We know that L-glyceraldehyde and lactic acid, which is having D configuration, that is glyceraldehyde which is having L configuration, and lactic acid which is having D configuration, both are levorotatory. Also, some molecules may have relative configuration L and at the same time are levorotatory. For example, L-glucose, which is having configuration capital L, is levorotatory, and glucose, which is having configuration capital D, is dextrorotatory. In my last lecture, we had also discussed erythro and thrio notations for diastereomers, and we had started discussing the absolute configuration, that is RS notations for stereoisomers according to Kahn, Ingold and Prelog rules. So this method, that is the absolute method, describes unambiguously assigning the actual arrangement of substituents in space around a chiral center with its stereochemical descriptions, that is R or S, is called absolute configuration. And in this method, each asymmetric atom, carbon atom, is assigned a letter R or S based on its configuration. And we will now discuss the Kahn-Ingold rules, and according to them, that is when we are assigning RS notations to a molecule, two steps are involved in it. In first step, priorities are assigned to the four substituents on the basis of decreasing atomic numbers, and this I have discussed in great details in my previous lecture. And from here now we'll be discussing today that after deciding the priority of four atoms or groups attached to the chiral carbons, the molecule is rotated so that the group of lowest priority, that is group which is having priority 4, is away from the observer. And after we've done this, then we look into the arrangement of remaining three groups is viewed in decreasing order of priorities, that is from 1 to 2 to 3, ignoring 4. So now, as you can see on your screens, I have shown a structure in which a carbon is attached to 4 different groups, and this carbon is chiral in nature, and we have assigned priority to the groups on the basis of their atomic numbers. And now when we view the molecule from the group having highest priority to lowest priority, our eye is traveling in clockwise direction. Therefore, this molecule is assigned configuration R, and R is derived from the Latin word rectus, which means right direction. And now the second thing that we can have is that if we arrange the atoms again, we look at the arrangement of the atoms on the basis of their atomic numbers, and our eye travels in anti-clockwise direction from group having highest priority to the lowest priority, that is 1, 2 to 3, and we are ignoring 4 here because it is away from the observer. We find that the direction of rotation here is anti-clockwise. So we say that its molecule is having configuration S, and this is derived from the Latin word sinistra, which means left. Now in this lecture, I'll be discussing in detail methods of assigning RS notations to chiral molecules in different projection formulae. That is RS configuration in Wedge-Dash formula, RS configuration in Fisher projection formula, and RS configuration in Newman and Sauer's projection formula. So when we talk of RS configuration in Wedge-Dash formula, we have to first assign priority to the 4 groups attached to the chiral carbon, with the group 1 being the group which is having highest priority and group 4 having the lowest priority. And then we will note the position of the lowest priority group on the Wedge-Dash formula and assign notations. Let us first recall the Wedge-Dash formula as to what does Wedge-Dash formula indicate. So in Wedge-Dash formula, we know that the wedges represent the bonds which are coming towards the observer, and dash represents the bond which is going away from the observer, and these solid lines represent the bonds which are in the plane of the paper. So now we are going to look as to at which position our group having lowest priority is placed, and after locating the position of the group of the lowest priority, we will view the molecule. So, and now we can have 3 situations. In first situation, the group of lowest priority can be on the dash. In the second position, the group having lowest priority can be on the wedge. And in the third situation, the group having lowest priority may be in the plane of the paper. So let us see what happens when we have situation number 1. That is when the group having lowest priority is on the dash. So if the group is on the dash, that means that group is facing away from the observer. And when it is on, after looking at the molecule, we will now give hypothetical path for the groups having priorities 1, 2 and 3 will be traced. And if this path is clockwise, the molecule will be assigned configuration, and if the path is anti-clockwise, the molecule will be assigned configuration S. For example, as you can see on your screens, we have 4 groups, and in this, the group having lowest priority is placed on the dash. That means that this group is away from the observer. And what does the Kahn rule says? That we will view the molecule in such a manner so that the group having lowest priority is away from us. So here it is already away from us. Now we will look at the molecule from groups having highest priority to the lowest priority. And if our eye travels in clockwise direction, the configuration is R. So as you can see on your screens, we are going from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 in clockwise direction. Therefore, this molecule is having configuration R. Now here what we've done is I have taken an example of alanine. And you know, alanine is the simplest amino acid which is optically active. And in this, chiral carbon is attached to a carboxylic group, a hydrogen, NH2 group and a CH3 group. So when we look into these groups, we find that N of the amino group is directly attached to carbon. So, and its atomic number is 7. So this group has highest priority. And H has lowest priority since its atomic number is 1. So there is no ambiguity here. But when we decide, we have to now decide between methyl and the carboxylic groups. There is a tie between these two carbons which are directly attached to the chiral carbon. So in this case, we will go on to next atom. Here the atom is oxygen, and here the atom is hydrogen in methyl group. So oxygen has higher atomic number, that is 8 when compared to hydrogen. So that means group number carboxylic group has priority 2. Now we will view the molecule, and when we view the molecule, we find that our eye travels in anti-clockwise direction when we are going from group having highest priority to lowest priority. So this molecule is assigned configuration S. Similarly, if we look into the next example, which I have again taken of alanine, and this has been assigned configuration R on the basis of the direction in which our eye is traveling. And in this case, our eye is traveling from group having highest priority to group having lowest priority in clockwise direction. So this molecule or this compound is assigned configuration R. The next example that I have taken is of thalidomide drug. And you know, thalidomide drug is a very controversial drug which I have discussed its biology in my previous lectures. And when we look into the structure of thalidomide, so first we've identified the chiral carbon, and then when we look at the chiral carbon, we find that this carbon here is the chiral carbon, and this chiral carbon is now attached to 4 different groups or group atoms. One is the nitrogen, directly to nitrogen, then it is attached to hydrogen, it is attached to the carbonyl part, that is amide part of the ring, and then to a CH2 part. So when we look into it, again we have no ambiguity when we are deciding the priorities of nitrogen and hydrogen. Nitrogen has priority 1 and hydrogen has priority 4. But again there is a tie between these two groups here, because here also the atom which is directly attached to carbon is carbon of the carbonyl group, and here we have carbon of the CH2 group. But again this group has higher priority since carbon is attached to 2 oxygens, and you know, when there is a double bond, we duplicate the atoms here. So this group has higher priority over this. So now when we look at the molecule, again our eye is traveling in clockwise direction, that is from group number 1 to group 2 and group 3. So this molecule again has R configuration. Now the next molecule in which I'll be discussing the configuration is Carvon, and Carvon is used for, it is a cough relaxant, that is, it is used for bronchitis and when you have severe coughs. So when we talk of this Carvon, again this carbon is a chiral carbon and it is attached to 3 groups. It is attached to 4 groups, 4 different groups. One group is hydrogen, so we know that this group has the lowest priority. The second group is CH, CH2, CH3. This group has first priority. Now we go on to this carbon is attached to another group, which is CH2, C double bond O. And the fourth group that we have is CH2, CH, double bond CH. So now we have to assign priority to these groups, and which I have also discussed with you in great details as in my previous lectures as to how we will assign priority to these groups. So when we look into the priorities of these groups, we find that this group, that is CH, CH2, CH3 group, has priority number 1 on the basis of difference in atomic numbers, and between this part, that is the CH2CO and CH2 double bond CH, CH2CO bond group has higher priority, because in this case we are treating this group as though CH2 is attached to a carbon which in turn is attached to 2 oxygens. So this will be given higher priority as compared to CH2, CH double bond CH, where this CH2 is attached to a carbon and then this carbon is attached to a carbon here, whereas in this case the carbon is attached to an oxygen. So this group will have higher priority over this group. So now when we look at the direction of the groups, we find that I travels in anti-clockwise direction, from group having highest priority to group having lowest priority. So this molecule is assigned configuration S. Here I have again explained those groups again. I thought that they may not be visible here. So here you can see they are easily visible. That is the group which is having first priority. Then we've elaborated the group which is having second priority, because here the carbon is we break the double bond and we imagine that this C is attached to 2 oxygens, and similarly this oxygen is attached to 2 carbons. So this is given priority 2, and on similar basis this group, that is CH2 CH double bond C, is given priority 3. Now the next situation that we have to decide. So what you have to remember, that if the group having lowest priority is on the dash, we will view the molecule, and if our eye travels in clockwise direction from group having highest priority to lowest priority, then we will directly relate the direction of visualizing the groups to the absolute configuration. That is, if it is our eye is traveling in clockwise direction, we will assign it configuration R, and if our eye travels in anti-clockwise direction from group having highest priority to group having lowest priority, we will assign it configuration S. Now we have the second situation. In second situation, the group having lowest priority is put on the wedge. That means that group is coming towards the observer. If that is the case, that means now when we will look into the direction of the path traced with priorities, and if we find that the path is from 1 to 2 to 3 is anti-clockwise, then we have configuration S, and this S configuration is fictitious. It is not the correct configuration, and the actual configuration will be R. Why so? Because if you remember what we said in the beginning, that according to Kahn, Ingold and Prelog rules, the molecule should be so rotated that the group having lowest priority is away from us. Whereas when we are looking into this structure, the group is on the group having lowest priority, as you can see on your screens, is on the wedge. So if it is on the wedge, that means it is facing, it is coming towards the observer, whereas we had to have this group on a group having lowest priority. So the simple way to do it is that we assign configuration to this molecule as such, and when we do so, we find that our eye is traveling in anti-clockwise direction when we are going from group having highest priority to group having lowest priority. But so that means here the configuration is S. But remember, this is absolutely wrong configuration if we will assign this to a molecule, because we are assigning this configuration to the molecule when the group having lowest priority is facing us, whereas we have to assign configuration when this group is furthest away from us. So what will we do? We will flip the configuration. That means S will become R, and if it is R, it will become S. Now here I have taken another example, that is of ibuprofen, that you know is an analgesic. So in this case, what we find that the group that the chiral carbon here is this, which is attached to 4 different groups: hydrogen, methyl, then we have a substituted phenyl group and a carboxylic groups. And when we give priority to these groups, we find that this group has number 1 priority, this has number 2, the substituted phenyl group, and the methyl group has substituted 3. And the group which is having priority 4 is on the wedge. That is, it is facing the observer. So, according to this, the configuration is S. But please, sorry, it is facing the observer, and our eye is traveling in the clockwise direction when we go from the group having highest priority to the group having lowest priority. But how are we assigning? What is the condition here? The group is facing us. So that means according to this, the configuration should be R. But you know that is not the case, because the group having lowest priority is facing us. So we will flip the configuration, and the actual configuration of this molecule is S. Again, I have taken another example here in which we have again the group having lowest priority is facing the observer, and then we've assigned the priority to the groups, and what we find that COH and between COH and CH2OH, COH is having higher priority, because you know that when we have a C double bond O, it will be considered that carbon is attached to 2 oxygens in carboxylic group, whereas in methyl hydroxyl group, the carbon is attached to hydrogen. So this group is having higher priority over this, and of course this group is having the lower priority when we are comparing it to CH2OH, and hydrogen has the lowest priority. So our eye is traveling in clockwise direction when we go from group having highest priority to group having lowest priority. But since the group having lowest priority is facing us, we will flip the configuration. That means the actual configuration will be S after flipping it from R to S. So that means the third situation that we have now is that the group having lowest priority is on the plane of the paper. If that is the case, then we will make 2 interchanges in such a way that group having lowest priority goes below the plane, and then we will assign the configuration to this molecule. So what we find here, as you can see in this on your screens, the group having lowest priority, that is group having 4, is in the plane of the paper here. So when it is in the plane of the paper, I will have to make 2 interchanges. So when we make 2 interchanges here, what we find, that is we can now interchange group 4 with group 1. Why am I doing so? Because I want the group 4 to be away from the observer, and we know that dash will represent a group which is going away from the observer. And the second interchange now we can do between second and the third, that is we interchange the position of second and third. And now when we will view the molecule from group having highest priority to group having lowest priority, our eye is traveling in clockwise direction, and since it is traveling in clockwise direction, therefore the molecule is having configuration capital R. So I'll just take this last example to explain this with the help of a compound, and then in this case we find that the group having lowest priority, that is hydrogen, is again on the plane of the paper. So what we do, we swap the groups, and we interchange H with COH, that is that the H goes behind the plane, and then we make a second interchange between the group. We've interchanged one group here, and then we make a second interchange between the COOH group and the OH group. And now we view the molecule, and when we do so, we see that our eye is traveling in clockwise direction when we go from OH to COH to CH3. So that means the configuration is R. Please remember, when we make one interchange, we will get an enantiomer of the original molecule, and when we get the make and second interchange, we will get the original molecule. That is, the configuration of this molecule will be similar to this. Thank you so much.